pleasure to be back with you here today. I'm your host, Tsunami Diamond,
Hi, fam.
together with Miss over there in her lovely tub, ready to just drop in this topic today of how are you being called to step up and lead, and what does that mean in regards to taking your own personal sovereignty in life and being a leader for both yourself, for your community, for your loved ones, and for the world.
Yeah.
In this time right now on the planet, strong leaders are the thing that is needed most, really, to help guide humanity in these times that we're in. And there's so many individuals, especially in these last 2 years, that have started having the veil open for them, where they're starting to see what's going on the planet. They're starting to be very interested to learn more, and they're looking for guidance to start deepening on this path, and wanting to know, okay, how can I help? Right? This is something that I've been seeing more and more of people looking at, okay, how can I start taking care of my health? How can I start aligning to my true purpose and missions in life? So that's what we want to talk about today in regards to stepping into your role as a leader in your own life and in whatever facet you feel called to lead in.
Because right now is a really, really important time where we're able to see a deeper truth of what this creation is. And like as I was just shutting my eyes, I seen a galactic being come forward, and it showed me like, hey, I'm here. And so with that, it also showed me that there's a great amount of family, of star family, awaiting for us to step into our roles, to take up space, and just be the full embodiment that each of us are. And to not let the egoic mind or programs or extensive thinking try to push us around, but to allow us to be the creators that we came here to be. And that could start off with doing what Sue said, where you're taking care of yourself and finding the balance and the alignment for yourself first, to then produce what greatness you're truly to produce. So there is a great amount of family eager to come step in and co-create with us and build with us. Though it's up to us to actually start leading. It's up to us to actually start speaking and taking action and becoming the true characters that we came to Earth to become. And so we don't need to categorize ourselves or stay in these small boxes that were created, and they're created from different systems, from people not knowing our deepest truth. They're created from school systems, from colleges, and truly it takes away your true personality of becoming your greatest you, your inner child, allowing you to have time and energy to go expand, to go explore the world, to see what this great creation of Earth truly is. So it's really a time to dedicate yourself, your time and energy to yourself, to understanding who you are truly, and then just producing. Press the play button, produce, activate and produce.
Yeah. And once we're able to get further into connection with our intuitions, with our connection to spirit, where we get those divine guidances both from our helper higher selves as well as from higher realms. And we can get to a place in life where it just becomes so seamless in regards to whether it's knowing what words to say, knowing what approach to take when needing to be a strong leader for an individual, for a company, for a country, or whatever form of leadership. And what we need right now in the world is strong leaders that lead by example, not lead by dictatorship. And leaders that take into consideration the whole and the benefit of not just the company, not just their family, not just their own country, but the whole of all humanity, and not just the people, but also the planet. Making conscious, holistic decisions that relate to the whole of creation is really where we need to go with our decision making moving forward, because there's too many leaders in different countries or different cities or different companies that are thinking about just their own piece of this creation versus making decisions or joining forces with other organizations, joining forces with other countries, joining forces with other teams, so we can come together and lead even more powerfully as a whole, absent of ego, heart-centered, and leading by example.
And so right now we're going through an experience called the shift of awakening. That means all souls, they're going to awaken through different consciousness of understanding the elevation of creation. And there's some souls that are really seeking, okay, what's really going on here? And what did I come here for? What is my purpose and what is my mission? And then there's some souls that are just hustling and bustling and creating and working a 9 to 5. Everyone's just in their own categories, really. But what's really going on is every soul is at a moment in time where they're being activated to a higher level of consciousness. And because we're being activated to a higher level of consciousness, the words that we are actually speaking right now can really intrigue many souls. And that's when our ears start perking up. This sounds intriguing. Okay, I'm about that level. And that's when we just start observing and listening and just enjoy the flow, follow the flow of what could really be created moving forward for us all. And it's definitely not what we've been shown on a large scale. Those systems are what you would call the systems of a matrix. And it's very intriguing that we're actually playing this vast, intense game of life. But yeah, we really are in what you would call a matrix. And it's far beyond just what you see in the movie The Matrix. It's very much so like that, where there's systems trying to entrap humanity and control us and show us dark agendas and sheep-like agendas where we just try to follow their flow that creates more chaos and destruction. But what's really freaking epic is all of the portals are open. All of our powers are coming forward. All of our wisdom is being activated. Those systems cannot take us down any longer. We are these divine, royal, created beings that get to step into being exactly what we want to be without limitations. Manifestation is leaking all over the world on how to really expand and utilize those cool powers and frequencies, and taking care of our body and really just dedicating ourselves, investing in ourselves is what's coming into the world right now, what's being known. Working for yourself, working from home, everything is shifting. And so it would be absurd not to believe that this is actually a timeline that we're speaking about, which is the ultimate freedom of humanity, where these systems just become destructive. I mean, who knows? It rains and then all of a sudden lightning comes down and hits one of the main outlets, and destroys their grounds. It's stuff like this where the universe is here to provide and help the light, to take down the agendas that just aren't serving humanity as well as serving the earth anymore, because earth is shifting and earth actually won't accept these lower agendas. Eventually it'll all just be washed away, but it's up to us to shift the timeline. So everyone is really waiting for us, and that's your creator waiting for you to take initiative action in being the designer, being the creator that you are, using your vocals, using your communication to produce. That's a huge key, because we've been shunned to use our communication. And so then we're more so in our mind rather than just frickin' speaking, just exploding out whatever we are at that moment in time, just being. And we continue to grow and get better. And every day there's more lessons. And every day we take those lessons, we fall asleep, we wake up to a whole nother day to enjoy the lessons we learned and to obtain them and to continue to grow and sprout like this beautiful rose. But for real, how can we lead? So by just simply knowing that we're stepping into this new time frame, knowing that you are a powerful creator, you are a seed of creation, and this is an infinite opportunity for us to produce any way we want and to connect with brothers and sisters, other humans that intrigue you, that are along the same mission and purpose that you are. And if you don't know what your mission and purpose is, then take some time to go explore. Create time. Everyone can create their own time. If you say you have no time, well, you can create it. It's up to you to make the new schedule. It's up to you to make the new plan. It's up to you to dedicate the time and energy. You start creating what you want when you start creating the schedule and open up room for you to do what you need to do. So it's also about, and there's this one word, consistency. Consistency. Yeah, consistency of believing that you can be the change and that you are the creator that you are, and hit on it. We're super galactic, super beings.
Yeah, so how are you feeling being called to step up and lead in whatever facet that may be? Whether that's to step up and be a stronger leader for your family and for your children, which is a very important role. Whether that's feeling called to step up and help lead projects or creations for humanity. Well, hey, we, as well as other organizations that are helping pave the way for the future of, let's say, companies and communities through decentralized technologies such as our Ascended DAO, which is designed to bring together many leaders and empower every individual that joins forces to be a leader in the system, versus the old way of business where it's this pyramidal structure and there's the people at top and everyone is an employee of a few leaders. How do we start coming together as leaders where it's like, hey, you have the opportunity to step up and lead in what way you feel called to lead and thrive doing so. And really it's just like Meg just touched on, what is your passion? What is your purpose? What is your why? That's really one of the most important things, because the moment we can tune in and discover that, that's how we can then align to what we should be doing in life, align to how we should be stepping into a position of leadership, align to how we want to spend our time to create that life and existence. And it takes dedication, it takes consistency, and anything though is possible. It really doesn't matter how big, how wild, how crazy your vision, your dream, your mission is. I can contest that for many years I've told people on what my mission is, and a majority of people are like, That's a very big mission. Are you sure you don't want to just try and pick one of those things out of that? I'm like, no, but this is what my mission is. It's to take a full scope approach to building a new Earth. Someone needs to have that role in helping create the new systems that can bring together all the leaders and the people and the things and help architect this new game on the planet, which is essentially what it is. You know, we've been playing this old game, the false matrix that's installed of the rat race game of go get indoctrinated in school, go to college so you can get into this degree and be in society in this way and conform this way. Or unfortunately, a lot of people that the way society has been created, that a lot of people are in a state of survival versus thriving, since they have all of their Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the basic needs that need to be met. You know, once we have a society and systems that provide all those basic needs that need to be met, and we have technologies such as robotics, artificial intelligence, and certain of those things that can automate some of the systems on the planet that we've grown accustomed to loving and enjoying in our world. But unfortunately, there's a large amount of people that are working jobs that can and will be automated moving forward in the future. That's the bottom line. There's many jobs and many things that will be automated. So I guarantee that 100%. A lot of the jobs that people are doing is not what their purpose and mission is on the planet, but they're doing it because they need to make the money, because they need to survive, because they need to take care of their family, which is understandable. But that was the old systems and that was the old game that was installed to keep people in that state of survival and not thriving, being aligned, heart-centered, thriving on their mission. So moving forward into this next chapter of humanity, when there is these big changes taking place, both in regards to automation of society through the technologies I just said, but also the birthing of the new society through the new communities and the new systems as what is a big focus of what we're creating with our organizations. Because once we have those type of systems in place, we will then see people stepping up in a whole new way all around the planet, bringing their magic, their snowflake, their unique blueprint to the world. Because each and every one of us has a unique blueprint. It's like a one-of-a-kind snowflake, that we have our piece of magic, our fractal of source creation to bring to the creation and the equation.
Yeah. So back in the day when I was super in the matrix of not even knowing about this game that we're talking about, of being an actual spirit soul being, and there's vast levels and Earth is a training grounds and a place to experience and go through all sorts of different experiences. But back in the day, I started out saying I didn't have time. So for anyone that believes that they don't have time, you create your time. So going back to what I said, you could just say, you know, I'm going to start off with 20 minutes. I don't want to work this 9 to 5. 20 minutes, here I go. And then you just gradually build up to doing things you want to do. And then you start creating your own time. I started off with having 20 minutes. So now I have every hour, every day to do whatever I want. So it's just practice. And also, Sue, you mentioned like for the people that have children, I wanted to give a tool on how you can start changing the game for yourself and for the children. It's simple. It's creating more experiences that ignite your inner child. Not necessarily experiences that are just at home or playing board games or on the TV, but experiences that are taking you out to have a picnic, experiences that are taking you out to go bike riding on the mountains, experiences that are taking you to go connect into the waters. So just changing the game and creating more experiences that ignite your inner child so that you can start asking and Well, you can already start asking, what's my mission? What's my purpose? And just asking every day. And you'll see that the day will direct you towards your mission and purpose if you don't let the ego come in and try to bombard you. Because it's usually your first instincts of going to do something that is directing you. But if you change the path to your second instincts, then that's your egoic mind trying to control you and not let you sprout because it wants to be in control.
Yeah, well said. And I think that's a very good point in regards to the next thing to mention in regards to leadership is being a strong leader includes keeping the right balance, body, mind, spirit, and also not losing touch with our inner child, which is very important. Not being that kind of story of like, oh, a child has the wonder and the magic, and then as they grow up into society, that just diminishes. Welcome to life, kid. Do you know how hard it is in the real world? Those kind of sayings, right? Versus, why can't we keep that childlike wonder and the mystery of the world and the fun, the laughter, the play, to have the right balance between, let's say, work and play, and to have the right balance between our day where, like you said, time is something we create. Time is art. I like to say time is art, not a linear line. Yeah, you can even just change
or go to bed a little earlier
a bit to get a little less sleep at night, and then incorporate in some practices. Go to bed a little earlier so you can incorporate some practices like breath work, kundalini, grounding, these type of things that can help keep you centered and grounded as a strong, consistent leader, that you're not fluctuated by emotions and instability of your mind playing games on you and things of that nature, where then maybe you're explosive as a leader, or you're a leader, which a lot of leaders in the business world eventually reach a point of burnout where they just literally have a burnout, and then then they're not, then they either could lose that position of leadership, need to take a few months off, whatever it may be. But if we can tune in and we can take care of ourselves and make sure that we're not depleting our batteries, our energy, and we make sure we keep the right balance of filling ourselves back up, filling our spirit back up, and
so how would we be blocking us, our being, from actually seeing a deeper truth? Here's some great ways we'd be blocking it, because I'm seeing it around some surroundings. And since I can see through the surroundings now, I'm able to see what bugs, I would call them, are blocking humanity, or at least the person in front of me. So people are waking up and they're not serving themselves. Like what I'm doing right now is full service to myself. Just breathing, just chilling, full service to myself, getting your mind to not even thinking. So they're waking up first and they're instantly just moving quick, whether they're grabbing their phone, or jumping directly to their children, or jumping directly to their lover, or jumping directly to putting some food in their body. That's not the right way, dude. It's just really not the right way. The right way is serving your spirit, your soul first, because since we're all spirit and we're all soul, that is the key of loving and nourishing self first before producing out. Yes, before producing out to loved ones, because that still leaves a gap of imbalance because you didn't actually serve your divine self first. Yeah, and so really just taking the distractions away to serve yourself. 10 minutes start. I mean, if I could serve myself for 10 minutes, I would lose it. Just be straight up real, because I've been serving myself every single day for the last 5 years, extremely consistently. So I personally most definitely request that I serve myself for a minimal of 3 hours at the minimal every morning before I even start focusing on anything or anyone. Ideally, I love hitting it for at least 5 hours. I mean, today I've definitely hit it for lots of hours every day, yo. But just for real, yo, it's time. Step it up. Let's go. Stop being pulled around by Yankee Yanks. Stop letting stupid systems control you. Gain your power. If you're in your power, rock on. Keep speaking. Keep producing. Just let's rock it, yo.
So, we'll just ask you again, how are you being called to step up and lead? The more you can just tune in and think on this question and re-examine your purpose, your why, the answers will come. And we need more.
And this creation is all about redefining yourself. Try something, observe it, see what comes forward, and then if it needs some redefining, keep redefining. It's like a flower being just keep redefining things.
It's like a statue where you're just chiseling away, creating a masterpiece.
Well, I can't really say it's like a flower, because the flowers are already designed
more defined
perfectly.
That's
part of the creation, so it's not like flowers need to be redefined. So it's not like a flower. We'll just say what Sue said. It's like a
like a sculpture, you know. I mean, we, in all essence, we already all are perfect too. We are made. We're part of creation of the fractal infinite of all, and all is divine, all is perfect, even that which appears to not be perfect. Of the imperfections cause greaterness to the perfections, because it teaches lessons. And you know, without the darkness, how would we know the light is the light? And this is all part of the polarities of existence of creation, right? So it's like when I think back in retrospect to my life, and I think back to, let's say, some of the harder times in life where lots of lessons needed to be learned through some situations that were not very easy. But it helped me grow into the me I am today, and helped me transmute and alchemize into me. I am for you.
Yeah, every day.
I know I still have more blossoming to go, and that's part of the fun of it. Is just the drive of, okay, what's next? How can I even keep stepping up more? How can I even keep stepping in deeper into my heart center, and stepping up even more into service of others, and to do whatever I can to help and lead and guide.
No, do you?
You got any golden key you'd like to leave our audience with? I just want to say we love you. We're so thankful that you're watching the show. We hope you're just gaining some value out of it in some way. And we are here to support in what we can. You can find us at leadroyalty.org. Find us over at ascended.life. get in touch with us if you
I-
want to participate, and if you're a leader that wants to.
I like the word that
with
wants to
us,
align with us rather
step
than
up and lead
forces.
humanity in this next chapter moving forward.
Forces is cool. It just reminds me of Star Wars.
Okay. You like a line? I like joining forces.
Yeah.
Reminds me of story exactly. So you can say it in which way you'd like. And I, as a major Star Wars
rock
fan,
on.
growing up in the same town
Thou
as George
fan.
Lucas, I like joining forces.